Libra, happy October 2017. This is Dark Dove Tarot. Hope everybody is doing fantastic. Happy birthday month. As you all know, this is a general read, so check your sun, moon, and rising. I pre-shuffle, but I'm going to give the cards a little more energy before we get started. Interestingly enough, my deck, I guess, that I always use is pretty Halloween-y because it's orange and black. But one of my favorite months, my all-time favorite season, is the fall. So here in the U.S., we're coming into the fall. I love October. And I love Libras. My son is a Libra. And he is the love of my life. And his birthday is in a day. So anyways, I'm doing these face up this month because I wanted to kind of get the vibrational flow of the cards a little better, if that makes sense. So I'm learning a lot about paying attention to different signs and different vibrations around you and noticing patterns. And so I kind of wanted to read these upright so that we could take a look at those a little more going forward. And any comments, if you like that, or if you like, you know, the way I used to do it, where I turn them one at a time, I will definitely go back to that if that's what you prefer. As you know, this is a love reading for singles and anybody looking to reconcile. I move pretty fast, as I always say, because I don't want to take up too much of your time. That's why I don't shuffle on screen either, other than adding a little more energy. And I'm going to be doing a theme of the month card with my other deck, Deviant Moon Tarot, and also clarifying at the end. But let me get a theme card from this deck really quick and see what we pull. And you have Temperance. So that'll be your theme for this month, for October. So your theme is Temperance, Libra. And happy birthday. I hope everybody has a fantastic birthday. As always, check your sun, moon, and rising, as those may resonate with you as well. Any likes, comments, subscribes, personal readings are always appreciated. You know, I want to know what you guys think or what you have to say. So I appreciate it if you know, let me know, because ultimately I'm doing this for you, and so it's important that I know, you know, how you feel, what you like, what you don't like. So anyways, let's get started. So for the beginning of the month, coming into the month, your current position, you have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is about strategy and manipulation. So if you're single, right off the bat, this tells me that you are kind of crossing your fingers. Like, I hope this one's a good one. So if you're dating, you're going into it with a, you know, not necessarily like your hair standing on end, but, you know, all right, am I going to have any luck here? Are we, you know, is it going to be the same thing over and over? Some of you have been manipulated. You've met some kind of trashy people, whether it's online or in meetup groups. And I think some of you are kind of going, you know, I'm done. I'd rather be alone than talk to some of these people. I'd rather be alone than deal with people who can't tell me the truth, who lie about things and stupid stuff. I just see some of you going, why would you even lie about that? So Libra, I apologize if coming into October, you know, it hasn't been the most pleasant experience as far as dating. The Seven also talks about, you know, strategy. So maybe you're coming up with different ways of dating, or maybe there's certain things you figured out that if you, if they say something, or if they, you know, ask you a particular question, you're starting to read the signs. It's very interesting because, like I said, I've been reading up a lot, and taking some classes and whatnot about energy and vibrations and picking those up and noticing different things. And the more and more I notice it, the more I'm like, I can pick up, like online dating or meetup groups, I can pick up certain things that people will say to me that tells me it's going to be like a repeat offender or a serial dater I don't know. So maybe that's what you're doing this month. It seems like, Libra, you're kind of like, I'm tired of being deceived. I'm not going to deal with this. Again, I'd rather be alone. So I feel like some of you are going, all right, I'm going to approach this with a different strategy. But if that doesn't work, then, you know, I'm not quite sure what else I'm going to do on that. And it's interesting because your overall theme is temperance right here. And that is everything in moderation and balance and patience. So I feel like, Libra, this month and maybe the next month or two are going to be testing your patience. And you're truly going to have to look inside yourself. And that's a lot of these cards kind of delve into that a little more. So if you're looking to reconcile, the Seven of Swords is also you hoping that somebody's telling you the truth, but you're not quite sure that they are, and you're not quite sure that you buy it anymore. For some of you, you've been on this roller coaster ride and you're ready to get off. You're not going to buy any more tickets. This is the last rodeo. So some of you, this is also, you've been manipulated, you've been deceived. You're, you know, you might cross your fingers for a minute or two, but right now it feels like if you're looking to reconcile, you may be heading in the direction of just being alone, of just not, of clearing your head, just not worrying about it, just not even thinking about what your ex is doing, or if you have been thinking about what they're doing, or you have been, you know, wondering what they're up to. I get a very strong feeling a lot of you have no connection with them at the moment, no communication. Not that you don't have a connection. Obviously, you wouldn't be watching if you didn't feel some sort of strong connection with them, but more just there hasn't been any lines of communication, whether you've decided not to or they have. But I feel like some of you, Libra, have been highly disappointed, and, you know, reconciliation may be something you want or you were hoping for, but in your heart, you know, some things need to change. Otherwise, it's not going to get there. The next card you have is, you know, how you're feeling internally, how you're, any roadblocks or anything that may be coming up for you for the beginning. And, you know, it seems like already you have roadblocks in the Seven because you're having to pay very close attention to what people are telling you and how they're coming across, because you just haven't been getting honest responses from people. And not for everybody. Some of you have seen ups and downs, right? You've dated a good person, then you've dated a not so good person, and you think, well, you know, I'll keep going. Like, that's almost what's motivating you to keep going. Otherwise, you would be entering into complete solitude and keeping yourself from dating anybody. The Queen of Cups is about spirituality and otherness and mystery. This is about, but this is kind of like, I think that you're feeling like, I can only put so much out there because I'm only getting so much back, right? I come out and say, well, you know, I'm looking for something serious. And it's immediately like, oh, bye. Like, I'm just looking for friends or dating or, you know, adultery or whatever. And I think some of you are just going, I must be missing something. There's some sort of mystery to this online dating or the meetup groups or however you're dating. If you're doing it through church groups or, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do it. But right now, I mean, they say now online dating and meetup groups, or, you know, they used to do speed dating, or, I mean, there's even places I've heard of that will do, you know, you can pay for dates. Like, it's a matchup service. But a friend of mine checked into one of those and he said it was extremely expensive, like $5,000. So, I mean, I guess if you have the money to kill to do that, then albeit, why not take that risk? But in hindsight, the Queen of Cups is about not being able to see everything. You feel like you're missing something, like, oh, my friend over here said that they met somebody on this online dating site, and my friend over here said that they met somebody, and you're going, what? I'm doing something wrong because I'm not meeting anybody. Or what's interesting too is I've had somebody recently tell me, I'm so surprised that I can't meet anybody because so-and-so can meet somebody and I can't meet anybody. And, you know, we've got to kind of, I think all of us as a society need to start watching the way we're putting that stuff out into the universe, because that's what we're going to get back. I mean, maybe the people that we see dating people successfully and we're going, if they can do it, how come I can't do it? Is because they just went, well, I'm going to find somebody and I can do it regardless. And so And it's hard, right? Because you have to weed through a plethora of bullshit, and a lot of you are like, I'm tired of it. So of course I'm complaining. Of course I'm feeling annoyed about it, because nothing good is coming from it. And it's hard to keep positive on something like that. But try every day to be positive about it, and a little harder. Try for like 20 seconds one day, and then like 2 minutes the next day. You know, if that's something that you have a hard time with, feeling any positivity about it. But it's also about otherness and spirituality. So the Queen of Cups is about maybe looking inside yourself a little more, and maybe accepting the fact that something will come along your way that will work for you, that you'll want. But like they always say, right, if you don't look for it, it'll come. And I don't always believe that, because I've been there and I've done that, and it didn't come when I wasn't looking. You know, so you've got to be careful too. But I think some of you need to be a little more mysterious. Some of you need to play that mysterious card, and not play a game, but more along the lines of, don't put all your eggs in one basket, and don't give it away. Don't give the milk away for free, right? All these cliches I'm using tonight, I don't know why. But some of you approach it in a very honest, sincere way. I'm looking for somebody to marry. I'm looking for somebody to move in with. I'm looking for somebody to be serious with. And that's fine. But I would narrow it down to, I'm looking for something long term. Not, well, in 6 months my plan is to be married. I'd like a white house with a picket fence and pink bridesmaids dresses. And I know some of you are going, well, Dark Dove, I don't do that, and that's dumb. But some people do, and some people get excited, right? You meet somebody and they're incredible, so you get excited, and you put a lot of energy into it, and then you may spill some beans that are like a little too quick, if that makes sense. So I think some of you, even though you've had some interesting experiences, you also need to like hold back. Let it get to a few dates. Let it get to, you know, let them give you a little more information this time. Let them divulge a little more than you are. If you're looking to reconcile, this is definitely about being in the dark. This is about a big mystery. So either you don't know why you broke up, or they don't know why they broke up, but somebody's not talking about it. Somebody's not saying anything, and somebody's not communicating. So whether it was them or you, I kind of get a 50-50 on it, although I do feel like you've been deceived somehow, but the deceit might be in just the fact that this person exited, and you're not knowing why, you're not understanding why, you're not, you know, liking the way things have gone. So either you're keeping them in the dark now because maybe they broke up with you and said, I'm breaking up with you because I'm just not feeling it, whatever, and now they're trying to approach you and you're saying, no, I'm not giving you my time, you know, the time of day. Or they broke up with you and you have no idea, and it just like, maybe they moved, maybe they, you know, took all the money, ran, maybe their phone number's not even connected anymore. But there's definitely some sort of mystery surrounding the breakup. The next card you have is your distant past, over the past, you know, few years, 10 years, and you have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is at some point in the past, you had, and I read this for singles and anybody looking to reconcile together, but at some point in the past, you had the Four of Cups, and this is waste, apathy, taking for granted, not paying attention to what you had. And not necessarily not paying attention, but I think now some of you are looking back going, when did I have a really good relationship? And noticing that, like, now that you've kind of decided you want a different type of relationship, you go, oh, okay. So that relationship 8 years back, 10 years back was a pretty healthy relationship, but at the time it was boring, or at the time it didn't excite me, or at the time it wasn't what I wanted. And some of you also, you know, have regrets on relationships past where maybe you were moving into a new career or just moving in general. And so you can't waste too much time thinking about that, but what you need to do is take the good from that. Look at it and say, okay, in my past relationships, you know, where did I waste my time in relationships that I knew were not healthy for me, were not good for me? And then when did I take for granted in certain relationships? Everybody has, you know, it's just, it is what it is. It's life. Sometimes you get used to being, you become complacent in a relationship, and you take for granted the little things that maybe a partner did that started to bug you, that now it seems like nobody reciprocates that. So I think the Four of Cups is just saying, you know, take the good from your past relationships and take the bad and harness the good, and don't dwell on the bad, and don't assume that everybody's going to treat you that way, or that everybody's going to try and manipulate you, which is interesting that that word keeps popping in my head all of a sudden with the 4, because it's like the 7. Some of you are feeling manipulated and, you know, deceived in the dating circle. And I feel like here, maybe this is a reflection of somebody who took advantage of you. They wasted your time, and so you're just dead set that that's not going to happen to you again, that you're not going to allow that type of behavior. So try not to dwell on the negative, but I know personally, trust me, that there is a lot of crap to wade through when you are trying to find somebody nowadays. And, you know, nobody likes to do it, and it can really, really, really make the blood boil. The next card you have is the most recent past. So over the past few weeks, past few months, and you have the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords is defeat. This is feeling like, oof, like a victory, but it wasn't a victory after all. So if you're single, this tells me that you're feeling this, exactly this. And ironically, they're 2 swords, so it may be just that type of energy this month, Libra. But the 5 of Swords is telling me that if you're single, you are feeling defeated. You are feeling defeated, manipulated. You're feeling like, what is going on? This is just luck of the draw, and I don't have any luck in this arena. And I'm not sure how long I want to be here. So again, you might be strategizing with the 7 and the 5. You might be strategizing to try and feel like there's a reason to keep on dating. The 5 represents Pyrrhic victory, which is, I feel like, Libra, you've met people that are telling you what you want to hear, or they are telling you what they think you want to hear, but their actions speak so much louder, which completely contradicts what they're saying, right? So I know that I've said it before in the past, and I don't want to preach on it too much, but I've said in the past, right, that listen to what people tell you, but in their actions. Listen to what people tell you, not out of their mouth, but if you watch people, you can see what they're offering or what they're willing to do. Somebody says they like you a lot and they call you once a week, they don't like you as much as they're saying that they like you. If somebody says, I really want to spend a lot of time with you, but they invite you out once a week, they really don't like you that much, and they really don't want to spend that much time with you. Somebody who likes you is going to pay attention to you. They're going to spend time and energy getting to know you. So I think that even if somebody says, I really like you, you need to start paying attention to their actions that follow that statement. If you're looking to reconcile, the 5 says that this is dishonor. So somebody was cheated on, lied to, stolen from. And again, with the Queen here, they could have got up and left. It could be some sort of mysterious, you don't even know what the hell happened. It just happened, and now you're feeling kind of like, what just happened? But there is some sort of dishonor here with the 5 for anybody looking to reconcile. This is somebody has really taken advantage of you, and they have dishonored you in the fact that you either lived together and they up and left, you possibly even had kids together and they took off, or you find out through the grapevine that they left. You can't find out why they left, and then you find out it's for somebody else, or, you know, they were having an affair of some sort. So Libra, unfortunately, if you're looking to reconcile, this doesn't seem like there's a good situation so far, and I think that you need to take some time to really think about it. Again, with this Temperance, you got to have some sort of balance and control this month. Whether you're single or looking to reconcile, Temperance is saying, take it easy, don't make any harsh movements either way. The next card you have is going to be your distant future. So over the next few months, probably till the end of the year, and you have the 4 of Wands. This is about rest, recuperation. This is about taking the time for you, doing what makes you feel good. This is about happiness as well, and first completion. So here we move into the distant future, Libra, and the distant future is saying, okay, you're going to figure out this dating, and you're going to feel some sort of, you're going to meet somebody, maybe 2 or 3 people. I don't think it's your twin flame. I don't think it's like your soulmate, but you're going to meet somebody that, or again, it could be 2 or 3 people that you feel like are people you could date. And now this is over the next, you know, month or 2, possibly in the next, you know, till the end of the year. And this is stating first completion. So you've gotten past the dating point, and now you may move into getting serious. Not serious, but like some sort of committal, like, I'm just going to date you. I'm just going to date you. So you're not at the point of changing your Facebook status. You're not at the point of, you know, I love yous. You're at the point of, okay, we got over that hump and I'm happy. And I'm going to rest and recuperate from all the shit that I had to deal with the dating. So the 4 is very good. It's very calming. It's very relaxing. It's saying, all right, we're here. We're happy. So over the next 2 months, you are going to meet somebody. Again, do I think it's going to be the person who you spend the rest of your life with? Not sure yet. I am going to clarify that at the end of the reading. But you're going to be happy about it either way. If you're looking to reconcile, the 4 is stating you're going to be resting. There's going to be some sort of stability. So either you're going to be deciding that you're going to move on. You're going to face the solitude. You're going to move in a different direction and not worry about this other person. Or you're going to get some sort of sign that maybe this person, you know, I don't know, moved on. Or the weird thing about it is the 4 is saying you're going to be resting. You're going to be, you know, it's almost like because you don't know what's going on. Some of you know what's going on, but you don't know why. You're not getting answers to your questions, etc. It's infuriating, right? Because if somebody just told you what the hell is going on, you would feel a lot better. You would feel like, oh, good. Well, you want to go have an affair with her or him or whatever? Fine. I just wanted to know. I wanted to know from the horse's mouth. I wanted you to man or woman up and tell me what was going on. So this may not be happiness like, hey, we're getting back together. Some of you it may be. But the way the cycle of the cards is going, I don't necessarily think all of a sudden you're going to get the answers you want. But I think you're going to get some sort of, you know, some sort of moment where you find something out, or this person contacts you and says, look, I was out of my mind and I just needed to get away. You know, they may even say, I'm not seeing anybody. It wasn't working for me. And you're going to feel better about that. Or you may find out that they ran off and got married, or they love somebody else. I mean, smack in the face, but I think it's kind of like you just wanted an answer. Nobody likes to be left. It's like the whole ghosting thing. Really, really. You can ignore me, but you can't actually say, hey, I'm just not interested. The hard part with that, though, is a lot of people hate the ghosting, and I do too. I think it's terrible when people do that. Although I haven't been ghosted in a long time, thank God. I haven't had to worry about that too much, but I know what it feels like, or breadcrumbing, or whatever they call all of this stuff that I do not have the time to keep up with, because although I'm far from perfect, I do try to treat people the way that I want to be treated, because it really is all about what you put out there, you're going to get back tenfold. So with this, it's kind of like, I think just the not knowing has been stressing anybody looking to reconcile out. You're just stressed out. And now you're going to find out, oh, I'm with so-and-so, or oh, I'm happy with this. And you're just going to be like, okay, good, you know. But unfortunately, society, to a certain extent, is like afraid to tell people no. Because then we're worried we're going to hurt their feelings. Or you don't want to be with me? How could not everybody in the world want to be with me? And it's ridiculous, because we're all human and none of us are 100% compatible ever. Unless you get the rare occasion and you find somebody you are. And even then, nothing's ever perfect with that person, right? The next card you have is your recent past. Or sorry, your immediate future. We already did your recent past. And you have the Hermit. Sorry, that was your recent past. Your immediate future is the Hermit. And that is Going inside yourself. So again, here, like I was talking about the Queen of Cups, this is finding out who you want to be. This is finding out who you want to be with. This is going inside. This is something you can only find inside yourself. So I think because you've been having kind of turmoil in dating, and you have Temperance who's saying, hey, be patient, moderation, balance. Don't worry so much about the dating. If it's not working, switch your attention to something else. Put out, you know, put the energy into something else and take your mind off the dating for a minute. And then switch back to it when your mood switches a little bit, because then you'll have positive energy to put into the dating. If you're going online to a dating site and going, screw him, screw her, screw him, you're not gonna get anywhere. So take a break for a minute. And the Hermit is saying, go inside yourself, figure out what you want, and also take care of you. Make sure that you have that wisdom inside of you, that you're amazing. Libras are amazing partners. They're amazing people. And make sure you take that time for yourself to just say, to, you know, really go into your man or woman cave and kind of figure out, you know, get in touch with, like, watch an old romance movie or something, or, you know, find out something that used to make you happy when you were dating. Just different things that kind of take your mind off of all the crap that goes into the online dating or goes into whatever you're up to, because the Hermit is saying, look, I know what I want. I have this inside me, right? I know there's this light and this fire and this energy, but how do I harness that? And how do I put that into who I'm trying to meet and who I want to meet and what I'm going to be able to bring to them and what they can bring to me? The Hermit, for anybody looking to reconcile, is the same thing. This for you is all about retreat, retreat, retreat. So if you're looking to reconcile, the Hermit says, you know, over October, the next few weeks into the next month, you need to take some time for yourself. So if somebody has connected with you, or they have talked to you, or you now know why, like, they're not having a conversation with you, or they're not being forthright with you, go. Like, go. Take the break you need and go. Because honestly, if you start asking questions like who, what, when, where, why, you didn't get it before, so you're not going to get it now. And I hate to say that, but it's totally true. I'm not trying to tell you, like, oh, you're not going to get the answers you want, or you're not going to reconcile. But I think this is saying, no, now is not the time, and they can't show up whenever they want, and they can't, your life doesn't revolve around them. So you're going to take a break and say, hey, I've got to take care of me, and I need to find out. And you may be asking people, hey, have you ever dealt with this situation before? You're going to be gaining some wisdom so that you can move forward. If it's complete nonsense, then you need to, you know, distract yourself from it and get away. If it's something that you truly want to work on, I think that's what you're going to be thinking about the next couple of weeks. You're really going to have to look inside yourself. And some of you are going to go into a spirituality type mode where you're going to meditate more. You're going to think about, you know, talking to a priest, or, you know, even just calling out to the universe, whatever you believe in. This is definitely kind of sourcing a higher power, so to speak. The next card you have is any future external factors, and you have the Moon. And the Moon is very interesting because this is confusion. So I'm going to start with anybody looking to reconcile. If you're looking to reconcile, you got two big moons here. There's a lot of confusion. Get out of it. Get away from it. And then you can make decisions, because I think some of you got screwed somehow. You were kept in the dark, and now maybe they're coming back and you're feeling like, oh, hey, they want me back. No. Take a minute to think about it. Take a minute to clear your head. Don't jump at the first thing. If you haven't heard from this person from a while and they all of a sudden show up, you need to think about that too. You've been wasting your time worrying and wondering and what's going on. You need to take a step back. And the Moon says the next few weeks of October, you're not going to necessarily get the answers you want. There's some illusions here. There's some confusion here. You're going to be confused. They may be trying to pull the wool over your eyes. So Libra, if you're looking to reconcile, just be careful. If you're single, this is you saying, okay, I figured out how I'm going to kind of date, right? And I know that I've got this successful date, or successful person, or success in finding somebody, or a few people, like I said, because this is your distant future. So you have, you're going to meet that person. You have the potential there. You're going to meet that person or a few people that mesh well, and you're going to feel good about it. But the moon right here is saying, you know, don't worry about it so much. Don't be fearful. If you start getting angry, if you start getting confused about people, have that patience and balance that you need. Because the moon is often illusion to reality, but sometimes it's paranoia. So you may start reading signs because you're being really careful, or you've picked up on patterns as the 7 going into the month dating in October, but you don't want to overthink things either. And that's the hard part with the moon. You're looking at it going, I'm kind of in the dark here, but I'm kind of in the light. So is that big figure like a rock, or is that a giant bear? And you're not sure. And so you're kind of like dreaming like it could be wonderful, and then you're pulling yourself in the other direction like, oh, run, it's a bear, if that makes any sense. So you've got to be careful with the moon, because you don't want to assume something is something it's not, if that makes sense. So go out, enjoy yourself, but be the hermit, like, you know, be wise, be the wise old owl, so to speak. And don't start getting crazy with, oh, well, he said this, and, you know, every time they say this, it means this. Yes, I was talking about that in the beginning, because that's something I've noticed, but you have to pick up on things that you notice. So don't just assume, you know, the worst in everything. The next card you have is going to be the 9 of Coins. And this is how you're feeling inside throughout September. So this will come and go as well as the moon. One day you might feel like you can see people clearly, and the next minute there might be some confusion as to how they're presenting themselves to you. And the 9 is actually internally how you're going to feel throughout the month. So it'll be up and down, but the 9 is actually very good. You're going to feel successful and accomplished. So if you're dating, you are going to get to this point where you're going to feel the first completion of, okay, I've narrowed it down to 1 or 2. We've been on a few dates. Yes, again, we're not saying that I love you and changing Facebook statuses. You may be. I mean, who knows? Who am I to say that you won't be? Because I'm sure, you know, again, this is general. So for some of you, you might be running to the altar in a month. I doubt it if you're dating right now, but you never know. The 9 of Coins is about feeling the abundance. So I think you're going to start feeling the abundance of people who mix with you instead of the 7 of the Swords. Like, gosh, you know, is anybody real? But I think that's because you're being patient and you're doing it in moderation. So instead of focusing on it, on dating, everybody says you have to kiss a lot of frogs and you have to date a lot of people. It's like a numbers game, right? But you don't want to be obsessed with it, and you don't want to think about it 24/7, and you don't want it to be like your major priority, right? So the 9 is saying you're going to start finding the abundance. But guys, I really, really am believing a lot in this, you know, what you put out into the universe and the vibrational. I know that I said that a few times, but I can't explain it. It's amazing that if you put yourself in the mindset of you've already met somebody wonderful, or you're meeting incredible people, you will. Then you're not going to meet anybody, because nobody wants to date somebody who shows up to a date with that type of attitude, right? So if you wake up every morning and say, this week I'm going to meet like 10 amazing people, and they may not be the person for me, they may not be my match, but guess what? I get to go out with 10 people, learn about new people, find out about people's experiences, and hey, you know, go have dinner somewhere I've never been, or go, you know, whatever, however your dating style is. So if you approach it that way, you're going to start feeling and seeing that abundance energy. If you're looking to reconcile, this is satisfaction as well. So I feel like you're going to be figuring out what you like. And I still think it's 50-50, Libra, if you're looking to reconcile, because I feel like some of you may be like, hey, you know, all right, we're back in touch and we're kind of having conversations, and this is what I wanted. You know, I just wanted to get their attention, or I just wanted them to talk to me, which is good. I don't know that it's going to lead to what you want, because I think some of you really have gotten the raw end of the deal here, and you're just going to have to make, you know, good decisions and watch your decisions and take it easy and do it patiently. Don't rush into anything. Just because he or she called you doesn't mean they're asking you to marry them. It also means, too, that some of you may feel like you're okay being alone. Like you feel kind of accomplished. Like, all right, I'm successful at work. I'm successful with my family, and I'm good. I think I'm good to move on. and not have to worry about this person anymore. And that may be all you wanted, was to have that success of knowing that you're going to be okay on your own. The next two cards you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of October, and you have strength, which is definitely not a fear. And then you have the King of Cups for your outcome. All right, so the King of Cups is a very good outcome. Strength is one of my favorite cards. Strength is about patience, which here mimics temperance. It's about control, and it's about self-belief. So if you're looking, you know, to date, and you're dating, however your method of dating is, this is about controlling the situation. Instead of being like this, at the end of the month, you're going to be more balanced about it. You're going to feel like, okay, I can do this. There are people out there worth my time. There are people out there that I want to meet, and, you know, it's going to happen. I've got this. But again, you have to be patient, and you've got to kind of change the attitude of this sucks, which it does suck. I get it. But you have to kind of change that attitude to get what you want. If you're looking to reconcile, this is self-belief. This is all about, I got this, I can do this, I'm good. So I feel like a majority of you are going to be in control of the situation. And if you are starting to communicate with your ex, you're going to say, this is how it's going to be. This is what I need to know. This is where we're going to start. And if it's not there, I'm not interested. And you're going to be the one controlling the outcome of whether you guys reconcile or not. Your outcome for the month is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, if you're looking, you know, if you're online dating or dating, however, you're going to be wondering, you're going to be listening a lot more. You're going to be wondering if this person that you're going to be meeting, or these few people that you're going to be meeting that are kind of taking you out of that dating world, you're going to be wondering if they're really worth it. You're going to be communicating, but you're going to be very calm. I think that you're going to notice by the end of the month, you're going to be extremely calm, cool, and collected. You're going to be acting like the King of Cups, because this person is listening, paying attention. They're very, you know, they have a very calm demeanor. And if you're single, that's what you're going to do. And it's going to put you in a much better place. And you're going to find this. One or two people, possibly one, maybe two or three. There's kind of a 4 theme, so maybe 4 different people to choose from. And you're going to be doing a little more rationally towards the end of the month. Not that you're being irrational now or coming into the month, but it's hectic, it's crazy, and nobody likes to do it in the first place. I'm going to be shuffling the Deviant Moon Tarot cards one more time so I can clarify some things. If you're looking to reconcile, the King right here says that you may be in communication with this person by the end of the month, that you're looking to reconcile. You may be having some sort of interaction with them, but again, you're going to be, and you're going to be calm, cool, and collected too, but you're going to be listening, and you're going to be communicating. And if this person cannot communicate with you, I just don't see you sticking around to play any games. I really don't. I think this month, Libra, if you're looking to reconcile, it's all about you saying, what do I want? And this is the end of the line. If it doesn't work this time, or they don't come back, you know, with some solid answers and some solid communication, I don't think you're interested in keeping that connection alive anymore. All right, so I'm going to clarify, and I'm going to do the outcome. So I'm clarifying the King of Cups, and ironically, you have the King of Wands. So clarifying that, the King of Wands is somebody that people look up to. So if you're dating, this means that people are going to start noticing you more, because you're going to be representing somebody that they really want to date, because you're going to be happy. You're going to be go-lucky. You're going to feel like there is a possibility. You're just going to change your mindset and maybe the way you go about doing it. So again, to get 2 kings in your outcome, it definitely shows that you're going to be presenting yourself in a kingly type manner. If you're looking to reconcile, this is you also saying, listen, I'm willing to listen to whatever you guys have to say. Whatever you have to say to me, I'm willing to listen. However, I'm standing tall, and I'm on my own 2 feet, and I'm good. So unless you have something amazing to say, I'm not really sure that I can go there with you. And the last clarifying card is for your distant future. You have the 4 of Wands right here. And you have the Ace of Cups for your clarifying card. And the Ace of Cups is beautiful. This is all about new beginnings, connection, finding love. So if you're looking, if you're dating and you're looking for that special someone, or that's the type of person you want to meet, is the one person. Here I said it could be a few people. It's first completion. You know, again, not I love yous, but this is saying this person can be pretty significant, pretty special in your life. The Ace of Cups is saying, I'm ready. I'm opening my heart. I'm ready for love. I'm ready for connection. I mean, that is new beginnings and new love beginnings. So that's amazing. If you're looking to reconcile, honestly, Libra, I think this is you finding somebody else in the distant future. I don't know that this person who's kind of left you out in the cold or has never quite communicated with you well, or whatever this dishonor or, you know, deceit or manipulation was, I don't know that you're going to be able to get over it. You might, and so it may turn into this Ace of Cups situation. Maybe you just needed to hear from them. Maybe they just needed to hear from you. Maybe you were holding back the communication. Now you're communicating and they're happy and you guys are going to move forward. But I think it's a toss-up, Libra. I really do, because some of you were really hurt by this person and you maybe just needed to know they were okay so that you could move on to find this happiness. But the Ace being your clarifying for the distant future, the next few months, is fantastic because it's all about finding a true connection. So happy birthday, Libra. I hope you have a great month and I will see you in November.